Today we are going to be going through a chair yoga session. My name is Tanika Santos-Maxwin. I'm the Assistant Director of Fitness. So all you're going to need for today is a chair, something to sit on. You could also sit on the floor and use like a pillow, but there will be some movements that will offer you an opportunity to sit, an opportunity to lean, to stand, to do all the things. So if at any point in time there is something that we do that you're not feeling comfortable with or it doesn't feel good for your body, feel free to just find some of those other poses that I'm going to show. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. So beginning in a seated position in your chair, we're going to go ahead and start by just grounding ourselves. So if you are not like me and not as short, you can ground those feet onto the ground. If you are like me, maybe push forward just a little bit further in your chair so that we can have a nice long spine, and then gently allow our eyes to close if that feels good to us, feels comfortable. Hands can be facing palms up if we want to bring new energy into our body, or they can be facing palms down, conserving and circulating that energy through our body. Let's go ahead and begin with some big, deep Ujjayi breaths in through the nose. Deep open mouth exhale. Really allow that release every time. Inhaling new energy. Exhale, release that tension. Good. 2 more big breaths. Slow and controlled as you need. Exhale. 1 more inhale. And 1 more gentle exhale. Beautiful. We're going to start with some neck rolls here. If you've been seated, maybe we got some tension there. So bringing the chin down towards the chest, rolling the ear to our shoulder, chin goes up to the sky, opposite ear down to the shoulder. And making those rolls and rotations as slow and gentle as possible, making sure that it feels good to you as we continue to move through this space. If you're feeling any tightness in a certain area and it feels good to you, maybe you just hold in that space, a little side, down, up. See what feels good. Continuing those rotations, go ahead and roll in the opposite direction. And again, as you find a spot maybe that you want to hold to, you can hold right there. If you need something a little bit deeper, you can always grab the opposite hand from where your ear is facing onto the bottom of your chair. And if you need something deeper than that, take the same side hand and gently rest on your head. And it just kind of opens up some of those maybe really tight spots. So again, you can hold there. Chin can reach down towards the floor or turn up to the sky. Good. Maybe switching to the other side if we paused for one of those deeper stretches. And again, just wanting to be very careful here. We want to feel some opening of that tightness, maybe some tension, but no pain. Good. Giving me 1 more deep inhale. Deep exhale. And release, shaking it out. Good, nice wiggle, beautiful. Let's go ahead and take some big shoulder rolls. Inhale, taking those shoulders up towards the ears, and then exhale, bringing them back down towards the back of your chair. Now this might feel good for you, just opening up some of that shoulder space, or if you'd like, you can take your hands to your shoulders and give me some big circles with those elbows. So again, opening up shoulders just a little bit, getting some movement through our scapulas. And again, this can be a very big place of tightness and tension. Let's go in that opposite direction. So now kind of focusing on opening up the chest as we inhale, and then exhale, bringing those elbows forward. Giving me 3 more big rotations. 2, beautiful, and 1, excellent. Let's go ahead and drop those hands back towards our thighs or our knees. We're going to inhale, pressing the chest forward, shoulder blades come down, chin lifts to the sky. This is our seated cow pose. And then on our exhale, curving the spine, maybe sinking the hands down towards the knees, tucking that chin into our chest for our cat. So moving at your own pace now. I'm just going to let a couple more people in. Inhale, opening the chest, and then exhale, kind of curving through the back, giving yourself an opportunity here as you continue to breathe. Beautiful. Alrighty, 2 more big breaths. Inhale, chin reaches up to the sky, open chest. Exhale, curving through the spine. You really want to feel this through each vertebrae. from the base of your hips all the way up to your head. Last one, big exhale. Lovely, and inhale, finding that neutral spine again. So we've kind of gotten into the shoulders, the neck, the back, all of the places where we might be holding that tension. So now let's get a little bit into the side body here. So on our big inhale, let's take an inhale up to the sky, fingertips reach nice and long, maybe pulling those shoulder blades up towards the clouds. Good, and on an exhale, we're gonna take our right hand down towards chair, and then reaching our left to the side. So use your right hand to hold you up so we don't go all the way over. And then reaching side body stretch. We want to feel this all through our shoulders, through our hips, through our back. Nice big reach. One more breath. Good. Inhale up to the sky. Let's switch sides. So our left hand comes down, pressing into our chair as our right fingertips reach over to the side. So again, using that breath, and if we curve a little bit further forward, we'll feel this more in our back. If we keep that chest open, we'll feel this more in our rib cage. One more inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale back up to the sky. Nice big length here. All right, on our exhale, we're going to take our hands to our hips, turning to the right side. If you want to stay right here and that feels like a good twist to you, feel free. Otherwise, that right hand comes to the back of our chair. Maybe our left hand even reaches to the bottom of the chair as we twist. So again, you can look for that deeper twist by holding on, maybe turning our chin over our back shoulder. See what feels good to you today, but find the range of motion where you feel challenged, but again, no pain. For one more inhale, lengthening the spine. One more exhale, twisting just a little bit deeper. Good. Alrighty, on our next inhale, taking those fingertips back up, swoop to the sky. Lovely. Exhale to the other side. So maybe we're bringing our hands to our hips and just looking over to the left side. Maybe we bring that right hand to our outer thigh, left hand to the back or bottom of the chair, or left hand to the back of the chair, right hand to the bottom of the chair. So each of those options are just getting you a little bit deeper in this rotation. And again, that chin can be facing the side wall, or it can go all the way to the back wall. See where you are today, see where your mobility is, see what feels good to you. Giving me one more inhale as we lengthen the spine, getting taller in our seat. And one more exhale, deepening a little bit deeper into that twist. Beautiful. Inhaling back up to the sky, reaching up nice and tall. Lovely. And exhale, taking our hands down to prayer. Beautiful. Shaking those shoulders out, just a little rotation there. That feels good to you. So having our hands here in this prayer position, we're pressing into either palm. So you're welcome to stay right here or interlace those fingers and give me a little pointer finger. So we're going to inhale up to the sky, taking those pointer fingers up towards the ceiling. And then on our exhale, if it feels good to you, slowly begin to bend forward, 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 trying not to curve the spine just yet. And then if and when you are ready, feel free to curve that spine, reaching down towards the floor. So again, we've got our options to stay nice and straight, keeping the back nice and flat, kind of getting into the hips a little bit, or exhale, really getting into the spine just a little bit more, reaching towards the ground. See what feels good to you. Let's get one more inhale, one more exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. Lengthening that spine one more time, reaching up to the sky. Beautiful job. Alrighty, on this next breath, bring your hands back down. Again, I encourage you to kind of scoot away to be on the edge of your seat so you have space for your legs. We're going to extend our right leg nice and long. Toe goes up, heel goes down. Inhaling our hands nice and tall up to the sky. And then exhale, exhale, exhale. We're going to hinge forward, keeping that leg nice and long, hands and arms nice and long. And if you need a little bit more support, you can always bring your hands back to your hips. And if it feels good to you, maybe even reaching down all the way towards our thigh, shin, or toe, maybe even ankle. What we're focusing on stretching here is our hamstring, which can get super tight when we're sitting. Again, at our desks, in our car. So again, finding that breath. Big thing is to keep that back nice and long. It is okay for these last few breaths if you want to curve, but make sure we're still breathing in through that nose and exhaling through the mouth. One more inhale. One more exhale. Beautiful. And slowly on our inhale, rising back up nice and tall, big release. Good, and exhale, taking our hands back down to prayer, bending that knee back in. Let's get our other side. So our left leg extends nice and long, heel down, toe up. Inhale, fingertips nice and tall to the sky. Good, exhale, hinging to wherever we start to feel that stretch. If you feel that stretch, maybe that's a good spot to hang out. Again, you can take your hands onto your thigh for support or down to the shin or the toe. And the big thing here is, depending on your chair, the edge of your chair might feel kind of intense. We might not have good cushion. So that's okay if we want to stay a little bit taller, continuing to press into the thigh. But again, as you breathe, take what you need, leave what you don't. You might find that today, yeah, my hamstrings are feeling a little too tight to go for it, and that's okay. Continuing that breath for one more inhale. One more exhale. Beautiful. And inhale, nice and tall. Lovely job. And exhale. Beautiful work. Alrighty, we're coming back to our center. So we got some length through the hamstring by sitting at the edge of our chair. I'm going to have you lean back a little bit more and get your hamstrings fully on the chair. Big thing here is to be careful not to lean back too much. You don't want your chair rocking back and forth. So for this next breath, we're going to take an inhale, opening our chest nice and wide. And then on our exhale, we're going to bring our knee up and wrap our hands in a big hug around our leg. Now here, your right foot can rest on the bottom of the chair if that feels good to you, to give you a little bit more support. If you want it to be a little more active, come to the edge of your chair and really squeeze that knee into your chest. So here might be a great time to maybe get some ankle rolls while we're squeezing in. And if you need something a little bit deeper, go ahead and bring that left arm all the way around your thigh. You can squeeze in tighter, or you can even bring that right hand to the back side of the chair and twist a little bit deeper. So you get a little twist, you get a little stretch on that left shoulder, and you get a little stretch here in the hip. Now, if you want to go deeper with the hip, we'll start to twist that hip over to the left shoulder, to the left side. So you can see as you rotate, it's going to get this glute stretch just a little bit more. Big squeeze, big squeeze. One more inhale. And on our exhale, we're going to actually rest our right ankle onto our thigh for a figure four stretch. So here our right ankle is resting on our left thigh. Let's take a big inhale, opening up the chest. Just reset here. If it feels good to you, you can stay right here. You can press onto that thigh if that feels better to you. So that's going to push your right knee away, get deeper into that glute stretch. And if you're still feeling like, Tanika, I need a little more, well, you can take those hands or that chest and start to hinge forward, maybe reaching those hands out in front of you or even down to the floor. So again, here, we've got the options to simply press, to reach, and to deepen. Where you should be feeling this is right here in this glute med. Might even be getting to some of those piriformis, like tight hip flexor muscles, tight glute muscles. So let's hang out here a little bit longer. And again, see where you are today. You might just be leaning on your thigh. That might feel good to you. But we hold a lot of emotional and physical tension in our hips. So we want to spend a good amount of time breathing into that space and maybe breaking up that space. So every inhale, maybe getting a little bit taller. Maybe every exhale, deepening. And you'll find your range of motion will increase the more time that passes. So let's get 2 more breaths. Good. One more big inhale all the way to the bottom of the belly. And exhale to release. Lovely job. Alrighty, slowly inhaling back up to our seated position. Beautiful. Let's take a little reset here. So we kind of got a little bit of the outer thighs and the glutes. So we're going to switch before we go to the left side. So I'm going to have you heel toe your feet a little bit wider. Now again, you can be seated back, but I usually think at the front of the seats a little bit better so you have more space for your legs to be able to move. So option 1, we're going to take our hands to our inner thighs. And then as we exhale, starting to press and just lean our chest forward, if that feels good to you. If you want something a little bit deeper, wiggling those feet a little bit wider, maybe sitting a little bit further back. And then as we exhale, pressing our chest forward and using our hands to press our knees out wide. So this is going to stretch our groin muscles and our inner thigh muscles. So continuing to breathe here. And again, use that process of inhaling to make our bodies bigger, exhaling to deepen into a stretch. As you continue to breathe, listening to what your body needs. Again, our groin muscles, our adductors, our inner thighs can get super, super tight. So continuing that breath with nice control as we move through. Giving me 2 more big inhales. Good. Last one. Nice inhale, nice and tall. Big exhale, press, press, press. Lovely. And if it's available today, we can hang out, bringing our forearms to our inner thighs. And even then, we can reach towards the floor. So see what feels good. We're just going to hang out with our breath a little bit longer, maybe rocking side to side, if that feels good for you. And again, this isn't really a movement that our body is used to. So sometimes you'll find those muscles that are the most tight are the ones that just don't get enough love and attention. So give me 1 more inhale, 1 more exhale. Good. Slowly pressing off of the floor or off of our thighs and coming back to that seated position. Oh yeah, those inner thighs. Okay, let's take some marches here, bringing those knees up just to release some of that space that we've created and make it feel a little bit smoother. All right, let's go ahead and get that left side now. So again, options to sit all the way back or come to the front of your chair. We're going to bring that left knee in, opening our arms nice and big, and then give ourselves a big hug of that left thigh. Maybe getting some of those ankle rolls in there. And as you can feel, as you squeeze that thigh, what it might actually do is open up a little bit of those back muscles, which could feel really good. So again, you're welcome to hang out here. You're welcome to bring that left knee over to the right side, maybe even bringing the hand to the chair, get a deeper twist. See what feels good to you. But as you squeeze, maybe even tucking the chin to the knee, listening to your body. Though this is a hip stretch, I feel like this is one of my favorites for my back, as that squeeze allows a certain kind of stretch and a certain kind of release through those shoulder blades and through that middle back. So again, we've got options for you. It could be ankle, it could be hip, it could be glute, or it could be back that you're stretching right now. Give me 2 more big breaths. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Lovely job. All right, let's take that left ankle onto our right thigh. And then as we inhale, sitting up nice and tall, maybe pressing that left knee away from us. So we're getting into our glute stretch on the left side. So again, reset as you need. Maybe we twisted, maybe we shifted on our seat. So find that good position where you're grounded and you have a good centering over your chair. Now, if you are ready and if it feels good to you, we can stay seated like this, or we can again start to shift forward. So maybe we're using our arms for support on our thigh or our shin. Maybe we're reaching out nice and long. Maybe we're reaching down to the floor. So again, see what feels good for you, where you feel supported, but you're still getting that stretch through your glutes, because again, they do hold that tension, and we want to give ourselves the space and the grace to release some of that tension. So give me just a few more big breaths. And again, finding the range of motion that works for you, finding the option that works for you. And you might even find one side feels better or tighter than the other side. We have natural imbalances in our bodies, so that's super normal. We just want to be very careful about paying attention to those imbalances and seeing if we are overcompensating or putting too much weight or strain on one side. Let's get 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Beautiful. And as we rise back up to our seated position, releasing our figure four, getting some of those marches in again, rising those knees up, maybe extending and kicking the heel out. Again, just creating some space. Beautiful. Alrighty, let's get into our upper body just a little bit more, because again, we've got plenty of that. So on our next inhale, reaching those fingertips up to the sky like we've practiced before. Beautiful. On our exhale, we're going to go ahead and cactus arms. So bending the elbows at 90 degrees. Beautiful open chest. Really breathe into it, maybe reaching that chin up to the sky. Now, if you would like, you can stay right here. If you want a little bit more depth, you can take those hands to hold on to the back of our chair and just take our chest forward. So it kind of looks like the mast of a ship, or the Titanic scene, flying jack. So open the chest. Might even feel this like a bicep stretch, which can feel kind of good. Listen to your body here for just 2 more big breaths, not holding as long. Big inhale. Deep exhale. Beautiful. 1 more big inhale. Deep exhale. 2 release. Shake it up, shake it out. Nice and loosey-goosey through those shoulders. Beautiful. All right, we're going to get a little bit more into the back here. So I'm going to have you inhale, taking your right arm up and then bend it at 90 degrees. Then we're going to take that left arm, elbow bent at 90 degrees, and bring it right over top. Now you can stay right here with our arms crossed like this. If you want eagle arms, you're going to bring that left palm and take those right fingertips into that palm. This might already be intense enough. What you should feel is a stretch through those shoulders. So we're going to do something similar with that cat-cow, where we inhale, elbows come up to the sky. That might feel kind of intense. And then exhale, begin to curve through the spine, bringing those elbows down towards our knees. So again, I'm going to have you mobilize through this, meaning we're not going to hold. So we're going to inhale up to the sky, elbows reach up. And again, if this is all feeling intense, just hold on to those shoulders as we do this. Elbows reach down to the knees. And then inhale, elbows reach up to the sky. Good. Exhale, whichever version you're choosing to take. Inhale. Beautiful. Last 2, big exhale. Beautiful. Final inhale. Last exhale. Good. Curving that spine. And inhale. Alrighty, let's twist, untwist, and switch it up. So that left elbow comes down, right elbow goes over top. Twist so that our left fingertips are in our right palm. Good. Inhale, bringing those elbows up to the sky. Again, we can just hold on to the shoulders, giving ourselves a big hug. Exhale those elbows down towards our knees. Beautiful. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale to release. Again, similar to our lower body, you might be feeling that there's a difference in our sides. Maybe our right or left shoulder is feeling tighter. So again, right now we are really stretching that right shoulder. So 2 more big breaths. Lovely. 1 more big inhale. 1 more big exhale. Beautiful job. And inhale, untwisting, shaking it out and releasing. Alrighty, the last little flow that we have here, option to stay seated, option to come up to standing just a little bit. So we're going to take our right foot over to the side. You're going to swoop off so your left glute is actually not on the chair anymore. And inhale, take that left foot back behind you. Now this might feel good enough for opening up that hip flexor, similar to a warrior 1 position. If you need a little bit more support for that leg, you can drop that heel back down. But what we're focusing on opening here is our left hip flexor, while our right leg is totally supported by the chair. Now you can stay right here, or you can have a little flow with me. So we're going to inhale, reaching our left fingertips all the way back to our left thigh. Right fingertips maybe reaching back behind us. This is a reverse warrior. And then on our exhale, we're going to swoop our right hand to our thigh or even our forearm, and then reach our left fingertips to the right side. So doing this in a flow format or holding, flow means every inhale, we are reversing. Every exhale, we are in our triangle pose. So again, listen to your body if you're choosing to float, or you can just hold. Maybe this pose feels better. Maybe we just want to hold and do that hip flexor stretch. Maybe we just want to reach. So whichever direction you are in, let's get one more big inhale. And one more big exhale. Beautiful job. Alrighty, taking ourselves over to the other side. So our left thigh, left glute is on the chair. Our right leg is totally off of that chair. So our toe and the ball of our foot is planted into the ground. Hip flexor is open. Maybe we just want to press into those hips and open that chest and really focus on this right hip flexor. See what feels good to you today. Maybe what doesn't. Beautiful job. Alrighty, if you want to join me for that flow, inhale, taking our right fingertips back down to the back of the thigh. Left fingertips reach to the back of the room. Beautiful, or side of the room. Exhale, bring our hands to our thigh or our forearm. Right fingertips reach to that left side of the room. So again, listening to your body here and maybe flowing through the two as we create some mobility through those hips, through those legs. Beautiful job. Almost there as we continue that movement. Lovely, or just feel free to hold in one position if that feels better to you. It's all you, it's all your options here. One more big inhale. One more big exhale. Good, and inhale, returning ourselves back to that seated position. Ooh, that might feel good through the legs. So we've got 2 more stretches, but the option is to come up to standing or stay seated. If you're gonna stay seated, we're gonna take a rock position. I know it sounds so good. So you're gonna be on the edge of your seat so you create space for your arms to go underneath you. Option 1 is to just let those hands come down towards the floor, curve the spine coming into a rock, maybe even like a corpsey position. Option 2 is to hold on to those thighs and squeeze into our chest, bring our forehead towards our knees. Now you're welcome to hang out right there. Option 2, if you'd like to come up from your standing position, we're gonna just do a regular quad stretch. So inhale, bringing that left heel up to our glute and just find a nice quad stretch here. Now I know you might be feeling like we've been seated this whole time and that felt pretty good. I hear you. Give me one more big inhale. One more big exhale. Good, and on our next inhale, we're gonna take that left foot back behind us, pressing into our chair, press that heel down. It's gonna be a nice quad calf stretch. Bringing that right knee towards the chair there. If you want some more support, you can do it from the back of your chair. Give me 2 more breaths here. Exhale. Last big inhale. Exhale, lovely. To the other side. For any of my seated participants, feel free if there's anything else that needs stretching that you want to take right now. We did a lot. We covered almost all of the muscles in the body, if not all of the muscles in the body. So finding the opportunity now for 2 more inhales, 2 more exhales. Good, one more big breath. And release. Taking that right foot back behind us, holding onto our chair here as we press that heel back, knee goes forward. Now, if you are in that seated position and you are just not wanting to get that last stretch, that's okay. Do you know what we can stretch? Our mind and our heart. So wherever you are, finding that big inhale, big exhale, taking that last seated position. Good. Alrighty, finding a final few breaths here. Let's inhale our fingertips up to the sky wherever we are. Good. Exhale, bringing our hands to prayer. I want you to breathe and feel that gentle pressure, equilibrium between your arms and your hands. And then slowly slowing that breath down. Good. Maybe just relaxing those eyes closed if that feels good to you. And taking this time to find breath, to find space. And always thanking our mind, body, and spirit for handling with such care for the time and space that we created here together and today. Finding one more big inhale, one more big exhale. My favorite thing of all, giving a nice big hug to your favorite person in the world, wrapping our arms around our back one final time, thanking ourselves with a big hug, and slowly releasing back to our seated position. Now, wherever you are today, if you want to sit and just like soak that up, feel free. But once again, everybody, yes, my name is Tanika. I would be so happy to share this information with you. All of our classes are on our Recwell On Demand page. So if you would like, we do have a link to that. It's on our website with Recreation and Wellbeing. We've got all kinds of classes. And this, I think, is the first chair yoga we've done in like a year. So thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate you all. Please let me know if you have any questions in the chat. Otherwise, I hope you have a great and beautiful rest of your day and rest of your week.